Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. Today we have another tactic video, the 4-4-2-2 tactics and formation, where we have two CDMs and the rest is pretty much 4-4-2. Very simple yet pretty effective. That's the crux of these formation and tactics. Before going on to the instructions, let's quickly look at the tactic. This would be a shorter video than my usual videos because there isn't a lot to explain here. It's pretty much what you're seeing. It's way too normal, way too expected from usual tactics, but then these are really effective. So we have our defensive style balanced, as well as offensive build-up play to be balanced. The chance creation is direct passing. We're moving a little bit away from possession. So I've tried this with possession as well as direct passing, and in my opinion, direct passing works slightly better because you kind of get those spaces open up for direct passes when you're in the attacking third. In possession, your players usually come closer, which is good. It works well, but I just found that I created a lot more chances using direct passing with these tactics. Now, these are also similar to 4-4-2, but what happens there is my central midfielders are always ahead, so it takes time for them to track back. So that's the reason I was finding a lot of midfield space empty with those. So instead I went with 4-4-2, right, where I have CDMs who kind of always are in that position. Even if they go forward, they try to come back to the position a little bit more quickly. You're playing on 71 depth. Actually, 71 depth for me has worked out a lot better than it used to, because earlier I used to get a lot of counter attacks. My players were always out of position, and this has kind of dried down a little bit now. Although they're still pressing, they're always kind of charging, but there are a lot of instances where they're staying their ground, they're staying in the formation. You're kind of the shape doesn't get disrupted. So that's why I'm going with 71 depth. Now, width, for the defensive width, I have it at 40, which is not too less, not too high. I've tried with 30, I tried with 52, but 40 has worked perfectly fine for me. That's pretty much subjective. You can change it up if you like. If you think there's a lot of attack going on from the wing, which I do find sometimes, I pretty much increase it to like 48, 50, and not more than that. That becomes too wide, and then there's spaces opening up in the defensive line. The width for passing for offense is 55, and I have players in the box as 5. So this is useful in terms of crosses, but when it comes to corners and free kicks, I want to avoid counter attacks. And even though I just have one, still people counter attack a lot. So just to avoid it as much as possible. Again, this is subjective. Now moving on to the instructions. So first of all, I have both my defensive midfielders, right? They're tight marks, stay back at attacking, but you got to note that both the players are very good dribblers. What you want in general too, your midfielders to be good dribblers. I was using Alaba in place of Trezeguet, and trust me, Alaba is strong defensively, but Trezeguet kind of gets out of those pressing situations with his dribbling easily, and De Jong is just perfect for that too. So make sure if you're using midfielders who are very stiff, who take a lot of time to turn, you got to be cautious with that. You got to pass a little bit faster with them. Do not have the ball with them too much. I'm telling you because in high pressing situations that happens a lot, and then you lose the ball, it's a counter attack, right? So both of these are tight marks, stay back, tight mark, stay back while attacking and cover center. My central strikers are stay central and get in behind. Nothing else changes there. For my wingers, they are come back on defense, come shot, right? And both the wingers come back on defense, come shot. Now you can actually change that to balanced or get in behind. I was initially using balanced. So get in behind did not work at all, because in that case, all my 4 attackers were always getting in behind, always taking runs. So I wanted to avoid that. Specifically because we're not playing possession. If you were playing possession, that situation was happening a little bit less. It wasn't always the case. But now that we have direct passing, if I put get in behind for all of them, they just always be ahead. So I wanted them to kind of come short, to ask for the ball. To when I'm in situations, I usually click R1 to kind of make them come closer to me. But if that's not the case, a lot of time they take good positions for you to pass. You can also play with them balanced. I had them initially at balanced, later I changed them to come short just because that worked better for me. That being said, left back and right back stay back while attacking and mixed attack. Nothing special there. And the center backs are always stay back while attacking. For the keeper, I have it at balance. You can try to make him cautious with crosses as well as sweeper keeper. Up to you. For me, it just works fine. Even if you do, it kind of might work better according to your gameplay, but that's about it. So, with that being said, I'm just checking if I have anything else in here to discuss. Yeah, I think that's about it. I do not have any of the interceptions as aggressive. I just have them as normal on default because pretty much I did not find the use of it. Like I even when I tried to do aggressive interceptions to my strikers and wingers, it did not really make much difference, right? So I just kept it to normal. If that works for you, feel free to do so. With that being said, let's dive into the game. So right now, if you see, my shape looks pretty good, right? All four on the defense and 4 on the midfield. There's your central defensive midfielder coming back and helping out. So this is a situation where I'm trying to press, right? And although I did not get the ball yet, I'm still always at positions where I finally got the ball. That's a good finish. So we won the ball in between. And you saw how he took that intelligent run, right? Kwarshkitlia. So good pass and a good finish. And a good goal. So simple goal, right? It's nothing fancy there, right? Simple one long through ball. I just cut back, ran with the attacker in between and scored. But in terms of defense, even now if you look, my shape looks really well. Maldini almost gets the ball there. Martinelli with a very beautiful finish. Again, so that pressure when we lost the ball, that pressure with which we got it back, that was all about this goal. That's again beautiful game. Just 1, 2, 3 passing football, right? And that's what that direct passing kind of brings you, right? So that's what I was talking about initially, that I found that just because of that passing, my chances are a lot more than with possession. Wonderful ball by Trezeguet. Beautiful finish by Anderson. That's what, right? Simply winning the ball, passing 1 and 2, and then, the magic happens. That's a good goal again, and again, it's coming from that pressing. I've like shown so many examples for that, but then this formation with that 71 depth, it kind of gives you the balance of attacking and defense very nicely. All right, guys. So, final verdict on this formation again. If you are using this formation, um, make sure that you have players that can run fast on the left back and right back, right? Because that is the key area from where counter attacks would happen. But other than that, this is a pretty balanced formation which kind of gives you enough balance on the attack as well as on the defense. Your defensive shape is always there. At the same time, you are able to counter attack, your players are able to take good runs. There's nothing special about this formation, nor have I experimented really a lot with this formation, but it has worked really well for me. So hopefully you find this useful, and please try it out. Let me know how it works, and if it does help you, please feel free to share, subscribe, and like this video. And I'll see you next time with another video. Goodbye. Cheers.